Hello there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into the really fascinating world of Chinglish. You know, that unique space where the rules of Chinese grammar start to play with English words. It's a world full of creativity, a little bit of confusion, and some truly amazing phrases. So, let's get right into it.
So take a look at this phrase right here. People mountain, people sea. Just let that sink in for a second. Read it again. Does it make any sense to you at all? It's the perfect example of what we're going to be exploring today. And yeah, it's a bit of a puzzle.
If you're scratching your head right now, don't worry, that's totally normal. The whole point of this explainer is for us to decode these unique phrases together. We're going to figure out the logic behind what, at first, just looks like a mistake.
All right, so where does Chinglish even come from? Well, a lot of the time it happens when someone translates Mandarin directly into English, word for word. And because the grammar and the cultural sayings in the two languages are so incredibly different, the results can be poetic, or pretty hilarious, or just confusing.
Okay, let's treat this kind of like a little quiz. We're going to start with some of the more common phrases you might actually hear. Try to guess the real meaning before I tell you what it is. You ready?
Here's our first one. Add oil. It sounds kind of strange, right? Like you're talking about a car engine or something. But what could it possibly mean when you say it to a person? Just take a second and think about it. And the answer is, it's a way to encourage someone. It's just like saying go for it or you got this. It's a direct translation of the Chinese phrase Jiāyóu, which you'd yell to cheer on a runner in a race or to support a friend who's going through a tough time.
Okay, let's look at our next one. You might have seen this pop up in online comments, the number 666. Now, in a lot of Western cultures, that number has a pretty negative vibe. But in Chinese internet slang, it means something completely different. Any ideas?
It actually means awesome or amazing. You see, in Mandarin, the number 6 is pronounced liu, which sounds a lot like a word that means skilled or smooth. So typing 666 is just a really fast way to say, wow, that's impressive. All right, time to level up. Now we're getting into phrases that are direct, literal translations of old Chinese idioms. And these are the real linguistic puzzles. Hey, remember this one from the very beginning? People mountain, people sea. Now that we know a little more, I think we can figure it out. What kind of picture pops into your head when you hear those words? Mountains of people, seas of people. It simply means it's very crowded. It's a perfect word-for-word translation of the Chinese idiom ren shan run hai. It's meant to literally paint a picture in your mind of a crowd so huge it looks like mountains and oceans of people. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, you're gonna love this next one. It's a modern classic. You can you up, no BB. It's a bit longer, it has a certain rhythm to it. But what in the world could no BB possibly mean?
What this really is a challenge. It's saying, hey, if you think you can do a better job, then get up here and do it. If you can't, then stop criticizing. And the BB part, it's supposed to sound like someone whining or complaining. It's actually kind of brilliant.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit, because not all Chinglish is just fun and games. Sometimes words that sound pretty harmless can actually be hiding a very serious warning, and this is where context is absolutely everything.
Take a look at this one. No, do, no, die. It sounds almost philosophical, doesn't it? Like a piece of ancient wisdom. But what is it trying to warn you about? What kind of doing could lead to dying?
Okay, so the key to this whole puzzle is in that very first word, do. As you can see, it comes from the Chinese character 做, which is pronounced zor. Now, this doesn't just mean to do something, it specifically means to act out, to be provocative, to foolishly go looking for trouble. So when you put it all together, it's a very blunt warning. If you don't do stupid things won't happen to you.
And now for our last warning phrase. Give you some color to see. This one sounds almost artistic. Maybe like someone is offering to show you a beautiful painting, but let me tell you, it is not a kind offer.
Yeah, this phrase actually means I am going to hit you. The color it's talking about is the black and blue of a bruise, so it's a very clear threat, just disguised in words that sound almost pleasant. So all of these examples, from the cheerful ones to the not-so-cheerful ones, they all teach us a really important lesson about language. There's a golden rule hiding in all of this. This right here is the main idea. The common thread connecting everything we've looked at is that word-for-word translation is a trap. Real meaning isn't just about individual words, it's about the structure, the culture, and the context that hold them all together.
So what's the big takeaway if you're learning a new language? It's this. Focus on whole sentences. Focus on common phrases and structures. That is where you'll find the true meaning, and it goes way beyond what a simple dictionary can tell you. And hey, before we finish up, here are a few more really great examples. Cosplay pig, eat tiger means pretending to be weak so you can beat a stronger opponent. Hu pa hu is a challenge that means, you think I'm scared of you? I'm not. And my personal favorite, you ask me, I ask who, which is just a clever way of saying, I have no idea.
And that brings us to a final thought. Every single language has phrases like these, sayings that are packed with meaning but sound like total nonsense if you translate them word for word. What's an example from your language? Really think about it for a second.
The real beauty of language isn't just in the words we use, but in how we use them. From describing a massive crowd to delivering a hidden threat, these phrases show us that understanding another language, well, it opens up a whole new way of seeing the world. Thanks for decoding Chinglish with me today.